poker tell is usually some sort of physical, possibly verbal indication from another player that indicates the strength of his holding, either positive or negative. And the good player should be able to use that information to his advantage.
A poker tell is something which happens at the poker table. You'll be playing and an opponent will do something and someone calls that a tell, and it's a piece of information which the player can then use to include in his other bits of information to make a more informed decision.
Poker tell is some kind of mannerism or body language, some kind of feature like that you pick up from an opponent that gives you some indication of how strong they are, whether they're bluffing, they've got a real hand or not.
A tell is when a player divulges information involuntarily through either verbal or non-verbal channels. This information can be used to decide what the optimal play is in the current situation.
A poker tell is a piece of extra information you can gain from the player to help you and aid and assist you in making the best decision yourself.
I think one of the most important ones is breathing, especially for people over the age of 40. They start to breathe very heavily, and you can hear the sound of their heavy breathing when they get nervous. That's either because they're bluffing or they have not seen a hand that big for a year.
Well, there's lots of physical tells. I mean, ones that I always look for, breathing's very important. When someone's got a big hand, usually they can't help themselves but breathe in and out a lot. Their chest is heaving, yet when they're bluffing, generally they try and go still, like it's an old fight or flight response. So they won't be moving and they'll hold their cards, or maybe they'll be doing one repetitive motion again and again, anything to try and stop you from drawing attention to them.
Always look out for how people act around them when it's their turn to act, looking at their cards and looking at their chips. You'll find that maybe there's 3 suited cards on the flop. They look at their cards again. For an inexperienced player, that usually means they have one of those cards that have come on the flop, and they want to check if it was the ace that they had or the other card. Usually a good indicator they haven't got the flush and they're drawing. Also, they look at their chips. They're looking at their chips, not trying to give up any strength, but they are very, very strong, indicating that they're going to take some positive action in the pot.
Physical tells. I like the expression lights up. You can usually tell when it's often you see players, it's like they're opening a present. They see the card they want, or something happens that they hope is going to happen, and the whole appearance just literally lights up. It's like they momentarily become illuminated, and then obviously, because deception's a big part of what we do, they try and cover that up, but that split second where suddenly they just seem a little more alive.
Physical tell I would class as, for example, someone fidgeting, looking very nervous. Of course, you've got to be aware that maybe the high levels people are going to do this to induce you to think something that they want to make you think. So you've got to be aware that maybe they'll be looking nervous on purpose. In a beginner, a tell would probably be something like looking at his cards and maybe getting very excited, or beginning to sort of look at his chips and decide how much he's going to raise. So all this could be happening behind you. These are all tells which you can then use to make a more informed decision.
For me, it's generally something that people might do with their chips. If people throw in their chips very aggressively, that can mean they're very strong or they're very weak, and it's you observing the players over a long period of time to work out what that is. It might be that someone covers their mouth when they're bluffing, and that's the kind of things that I look for. It's not the most important part of my game, but any extra pieces of information are very important, so I will look for them.